Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for June 29, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. First, Europe is taking a major step towards asserting its independence in defense matters, marking a new era in transatlantic relations. With rising tensions between European capitals and Washington, the continent is seeking to ensure its own defense against growing threats from Russia and other adversaries. In UK politics, Andy Burnham, the potential next leader of the Labour Party, has outlined his economic vision, dubbed Manchesterism. This approach aims to revitalize the country's economy by decentralizing power and promoting regional growth. The plan includes transferring some prime ministerial powers from London to Manchester and supporting every region in setting industrial ambitions. In the United States, a proposed rule change by the federal government has sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The new rule would give the government broad authority to cancel or modify grants and funding for research projects deemed neo-Marxist or woke. Critics argue that this is a thinly veiled attempt to suppress scientific inquiry and stifle dissenting voices, while proponents claim it's necessary to prevent taxpayer dollars from being used to fund overly liberal or politicized research. These stories represent significant developments in global politics, economics, and the scientific community. We will continue to provide updates on these stories as more information becomes available. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. First, the devastating earthquake crisis in Venezuela, where powerful twin earthquakes have left a trail of destruction and chaos, with over 10,000 reported fatalities. The disaster has exposed the deep-seated vulnerabilities of a society already grappling with economic turmoil, displacement, and weakened public services. We're also closely following the recent escalation of tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan, where Pakistani security forces launched airstrikes and ground operations along the eastern border, resulting in the deaths of dozens of civilians. The Taliban government in Afghanistan has condemned the attacks, and the situation remains volatile, with concerns about regional stability and further escalation. In a significant development, the United States and Iran have agreed to stand down following an exchange of strikes over the past few days, according to reports citing a U.S. official. This decision comes after several attacks in and around the Strait of Hormuz, and while it's a positive step towards reducing tensions, the situation remains fragile. These stories are complex and multifaceted, and we will continue to bring you updates and analysis as more information becomes available. For now, our thoughts are with the people of Venezuela, who are facing an unprecedented humanitarian emergency, as well as those affected by the violence in Pakistan and Afghanistan and the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. As we navigate the complex landscape of global markets, it's essential to maintain a sense of cautious optimism. The recent truce in the Middle East conflict has drawn investors back to the Dubai market, with the Dubai Financial Market General Index gaining about 10% in the April-June quarter. However, this recovery is seen as fragile, and many investors remain wary of the situation. Meanwhile, in the tech sector, Microsoft's aggressive spending on artificial intelligence infrastructure has sparked concerns among investors, leading to a slump in the company's valuation. Despite efforts to build out AI capabilities and release new products, apprehensions about the technology's potential impact on traditional software demand have driven the stock price down. As the tech giant navigates this challenging landscape, it's crucial to consider the ongoing debate about AI's influence on traditional software and its potential risks to profitability. In the world of high-income investments, experts like Damon Judd and Juan de la Hoz offer valuable insights into navigating various investment products, including ETFs and index-tracking stocks. With the tech sector showing signs of weakness and bullish sentiment at elevated levels, it's essential to ask, is now a good time to buy into high-income funds, or would it be wiser to wait for more favorable market conditions? As we ponder these questions, let's not forget the importance of staying level-headed and avoiding panic. After all, as I always say, don't panic. A correction is when you lose money. A bear market is when I lose money. And remember, where do you stay your money on Monday? It's crucial to maintain a long-term perspective and focus on fundamental analysis rather than getting caught up in market hysteria. In conclusion, as the financial landscape continues to evolve, it's vital to remain vigilant, diversify portfolios, and prioritize thorough research and well-informed strategies. By doing so, we can navigate these complex markets with confidence and make informed decisions about our investments. The more things change, the more they stay the same after all. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, SpaceX is gearing up for a significant milestone with its Starlink satellite constellation, while Amazon's LEO is also making waves in the satellite internet market. However, Rocket Lab has just acquired Iridium, gaining control of its 66 satellite network and valuable wireless spectrum. This strategic move is expected to give Rocket Lab an immediate foothold in various space-based markets, including direct device communications and global positioning services. In another development, Firefly Aerospace has acquired SpaceNG, a cutting-edge provider of AI vision-based autonomous navigation and optical guidance systems. This acquisition will revolutionize the field of space exploration, enabling more precise and efficient navigation through the vastness of space. Lastly, we're seeing significant movement in the space sector, with NASA activity accelerating at a pace reminiscent of the Apollo era. As launch supply remains constrained amid exponential growth in satellites and space-based applications, well-capitalized commercial space companies like Firefly Aerospace are poised to reap the benefits of this trend. These developments remind us of humanity's innate drive to explore and push the frontiers of what is possible. As we venture forth into the unknown, we're reminded of our responsibility to care for the planet and strive for a deeper understanding of the universe. The pursuit of knowledge and space exploration will continue to unlock secrets of the universe, creating a brighter future for all. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've got three main stories to cover, starting with the nominees for this year's ESPYS, which promised to be an event to remember, celebrating excellence in sports across various categories. In other news, a tennis superstar has announced their withdrawal from an upcoming tournament due to a nagging injury, sending shockwaves through the sports community. The player's team has expressed gratitude for the outpouring of support and is working towards a full recovery, leaving fans eagerly anticipating their return to the sport. Lastly, as the NFL gears up for another season, all eyes are on Caleb Williams, the Chicago Bears' young quarterback, who may potentially break the team's long-standing drought of not having a quarterback throw for 4,000 yards in a single season. Despite his impressive performance last season and the guidance of Coach Johnson, Williams faces challenges such as injury risks and a revamped offensive line, making his journey to achieving this milestone an interesting one to watch. These stories highlight the highs and lows of the sports world, from the anticipation of award ceremonies to the setbacks of injuries and the pursuit of breaking records. As we look forward to the developments in these narratives, one thing is clear: the world of sports is always full of surprises, keeping fans engaged and eager for what's next. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Corral.
Thank you, Howard. First, we take you to the Greek island of Santorini, where winemakers are struggling to adapt to the effects of climate change. The production of the famous Assyrtiko grape has plummeted, and experts warn that the industry could become less sustainable across Europe. Despite the challenges, winemakers like Yannis Papaikonomou are determined to preserve their traditions while embracing innovation. Next, we travel to the small town of Stade, Germany, where a shooting at a youth welfare facility has left 5 people dead and others injured. The community is coming together to offer support and comfort to the families affected, and authorities are investigating the motives behind this horrific act. Finally, we're focusing on a new development in Washington, D.C., where President Trump has announced plans to renovate the East Potomac Golf Links. While proponents of the project argue that it will boost the local economy and enhance the course's facilities, opponents express concerns about the potential disruption to natural habitats and the influence of private interests on public land. These stories highlight the complexities and challenges we face in today's world, from the impact of climate change to the importance of community resilience in the face of tragedy. We'll continue to follow these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Can we talk about the latest news in entertainment and fashion? First off, BTS is killing it in the endorsement world, with each member partnering with high-end brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Dior. I mean, who would not want to see these stylish guys representing their favorite luxury brands? It's a match made in heaven, darling. And then there's the Gosselin family drama, which is far from over. Colin's upcoming memoir is expected to spill all the tea on his tumultuous relationship with his mother, Kate, and growing up under the public eye. I'm sure it'll be a juicy read, but let's hope the family can navigate their challenges without too much more controversy. Last but not least, have you heard about Mad Fabulous, the biographical drama based on the life of Henry Paget? It's a cinematic masterpiece that's taking the film world by storm, with stunning cinematography and impeccable costume design. The movie shines a light on LGBTQ+ themes and historical context, sparking important conversations and resonating deeply with audiences. Trust me, darling, this one is not to be missed. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenature.
Thank you, Joe. Firstly, in Cambodia, the return of the white-rumped vulture to a wildlife sanctuary is a testament to the impact of concerted conservation efforts. Thanks to the work of organizations like NatureLife Cambodia, these magnificent birds are once again thriving in their natural habitat. Secondly, off the coast of West Africa, the island nation of São Tomé and Príncipe has taken a significant step towards preserving its rich marine biodiversity by designating 2 protected sites. This move will help strengthen marine governance, fisheries sustainability, and community resilience. Lastly, in Scotland, a citizen-led reforestation effort is blooming, with volunteers working tirelessly to restore the country's dwindling temperate rainforests. With over 10,000 hours of volunteer time invested, this project has already shown promising results and serves as a powerful example of community-driven conservation. These stories remind us that collective action can drive positive change and that it is essential to support and amplify the work of organizations and individuals working towards a more sustainable future. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.